If your mind starts to wander, please bring it back to center. You start bringing yourself back to the room. Wiggle your toes. Move your hands. Maybe move your neck to side to side. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining me in the meditation this morning. Our service will begin in about 10 minutes.
That's good. Thank you. I'll take that. That was good.
Good morning, CSL San Jose. Good morning. Please rise and join us and clap your hands as we sing our opening song this morning. All right.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Let us make a joyful sound.
Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Good morning. Spiritual Living San Jose. My name is Mitsie. Microphone. Can you not hear me back there? Come on. I have a big loud voice. Is that better? Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. Welcome, welcome. My name is Mitsie Smith McLarney. I am a licensed practitioner and a member of your board of trustees, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to our service this morning. Welcome. So, as we get started, if I can invite Laura Graham-Marquard, she will do our call to service and invocation.
So coming into this place, this presence, I bring some vibration. This vibration traveling out signifies the connectedness of the one. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. That life is perfect. And as I know this for myself, I speak this word for all that are present. And invoking not the presence which already is, but our presence. Our deeper awareness of who we are, and what we have come here to do. I know this. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to gather for this purpose, for this celebration or comfort or inspiration, whatever is needed by each individual here. It's already here. And in this oneness, in this possibility, I just claim it blessed. I know that we are blessed by each individual here, by each individual in service today, by each musician, and by our beloved interim minister, Reverend Nadene. Just wrapped in this sense of wonder and awe about the grace and goodness of this life that we have before us now. I'm just grateful. I allow the oneness to fill me with everything that I need, and know the same for each individual here. I'm grateful. I know this service is blessed and a blessing. I say thank you, and so it is.
Can you hear me? Perfect. Good morning. Thank you, Laura. That was beautiful. I would like if you would be willing to stand and declare our statement of being. We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. Please take a moment to play, greet each other, find someone you haven't met yet, and say hello. Please find your way back to your neighborhood. Welcoming you back to your neighborhood after you have done your meet and greet. What a lively group this morning. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you today our guest musician extraordinaire, Dave Maurischat. Dave is a songwriter, guitarist, and producer. Born right here in San Jose, he began creating original music immediately following his first piano lesson at age 6. Ah. And eventually studied composition and arranging in San Jose State University. As a guitar and bassist, Dave has toured internationally, performing and recording everything from Celtic rock to hard rock. Celtic folk to hard rock, soul to country, children's music to alternative. He does it all, and does it so well. Dave has co-written releases with dozens of independent artists in pop, soul, singer-songwriter, and country. He has also written and produced songs for independent films and podcasts. More importantly, Dave has actually played in our backyard.
Yeah.
For a house concert. He has won numerous songwriting awards, including West Coast Songwriters Association, Nashville Songwriters Association International, and Bear Valley Music Festival. Did you know that? Oh, you wrote this.
I'm shocked.
His album, Who Woulda Known, is available, and we have a table right out here, so please pick up some merchandise and music from Dave afterwards. I'd also like to welcome our house band. We have Rob, Billy, Dave, and Dave Dumont on piano. Praise team, Jeff, Joanna, Julian, Reese, Renee, and Suzanne. Take it away.
One, two, three, four. Don't they sound great? Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Now be happy. Come on. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Landlord said your rent is late. They may have to litigate. Don't worry. No, be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that might bring everybody down. So don't worry. No, be happy. Come on, be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. So many clouds you can't see the sun, and one more work week has begun. But don't worry. No, you can be happy. The paper says the news ain't good. Mr. Rogers has left the neighborhood. Don't worry. Now you can be happy. Come on, be happy now. Don't worry. You can be happy now. Look at the praise team, they're happy. Don't worry. Oh, you can be happy. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry. Come on, be happy. Football's over, you can be happy. worry, be happy now. One more time.
The girl turned it off. All right, I got to catch my breath, so take a deep breath with me. Thank you. Well, good morning. I'm Suzanne Mulcahy. I'm a practitioner, grateful to be so, and also a board member and chair emeritus. And I am honored to be your insight speaker today. And it's all in the cosmic planning, because when this got scheduled for me, I didn't know I'd have the honor of speaking on your first day, so welcome. It's so good to have you here, Reverend Nadene. You know, I love our insight talks because it allows us to share stories that demonstrate the impact of being a part of a community like this, as well as the impact of living science of mind principles. The teaching symbol behind me, that's a teaching symbol, represents the law of cause and effect. So if I plant a seed into the fertile soil of universal cause and effect, surrounded and infused by the love of God and Spirit who want only good for me in my life and yours, then things happen. I get demonstration, I get results. And if I plant too specific a seed, too specific of an intention or a desire, I can be so attached to that outcome that I don't make room for all the good that can come to me that I can't even think about, beyond what I might have expected. So when I was really young, well, young like in 10 or so, I planted a very specific seed of intention for the car that I wanted when I got my license. That would be my Aunt Mary Jo's 1965 hardtop, powder blue Mustang. You know that that's a good choice, right? She was a second grade teacher. She was an artist. She was the coolest person I knew, and her car matched her. Her car was totally cool. So I told her that when she was ready to sell, I'd buy it. And she promised that that would happen. We had this conversation, the same conversation, over so many years. And at my milestone birthdays, 16, 18, 21, 25, I would secretly wonder, is she going to hand me the keys? But she still loved that car more than anything, and I know she loved me, but not quite enough to part with the car yet. So there was a day, well, I'll tell you that I can never forget that license plate, that classic old gold on black California license plate, which we've seen come back now, TKN 813. That was the plate. And sometime in my 30s, I arrived at her house for Christmas, and an unfamiliar Saturn sports coupe was in the driveway. New, didn't have a license plate yet. And I walked into the house, and I said, "Where's the Mustang?" I sold it to my mechanic. That was my reaction times about 1,000 on Christmas morning, right? Yeah. So she explained that it needed a lot of work, hard to find parts. It didn't have airbags. She didn't want me to get hurt. It was unsafe for me to drive, and she just couldn't do that. And of course, I was upset. I was upset. I didn't have all these tools to process it as quickly as I do now, but I know I was not happy. And I knew later, I realized later that if anything had happened to me in that car, she would have never forgiven herself. And she was just looking out for me. So actually one day in a Target, I bought a Mustang t-shirt and said to Jan, this is the closest I'm ever going to get to owning a Mustang. Now, it turns out that my aunt loved her Saturn just as much as she loved her Mustang, and she drove it. She drove it until Saturn didn't exist anymore, and she couldn't get parts for it. And in 2010, when she couldn't get parts, and there were one place she could go to, was like so far out of town that she didn't want to do that anymore, she tearfully turned in her Saturn to Toyota Sunnyvale and bought a 2010 brand new Toyota Corolla, just like mine. Mine was a 2007. She never did fall in love with that one, and she never really drove it, actually. And on Christmas Day 2011, truly her favorite day of the year, and my mom's too, Aunt made her transition quite unexpectedly at just 73 years old. The Corolla had been on the driveway for months, I came to find out, and it was so not driven during rainstorms and all that stuff that the door was stuck when I went to get in it. And when I did get in, I sat down, and it smelled so brand new, just like a brand new car, never driven, and the Sacred Heart Auto League medallion was on the visor, as it had been on the Saturn and on the Mustang. And I sat with my hands on the wheel, and my eyes just kind of dropped down to the odometer. And that odometer said 813 miles. TKN 813. 813 miles. To this day, I still get chills when I think about it or tell the story. So it all came full circle, and it all started to make sense. That TKN 813 came to me in a very different way than I had ever expected. And no, I didn't get the Mustang, but maybe I survived because I didn't get the Mustang. Maybe I'm here today because of that. Or it certainly made room for other possible positive outcomes that blessed my life. She and I shared a lifetime of love and laughter. She's the one who helped me learn how to sing harmony. And yes, I did receive her Corolla and her home, the home that's been on our family land since 1939. But for me, this is not about possessions, right? I mean, this is just not about possessions. It's about the way life unfolds, because there are no coincidences. And every interaction, every intention I plant grows and is harvested in the way that serves my highest good, even when I can't see it. Even when it frustrates me and makes me mad, it serves my highest good. Some are harvested right away, these seeds we plant. Some take a year, a month, some take an entire lifetime. If I'm committed to taking action toward my intention, while not attached to a very narrow outcome, I make room for so much of the universe to work to my highest and greatest good. So here's to you, TKN 813, wherever you may be. And of course, 813 is always a message to me from my aunt that all is well. And so it is.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Suzanne. This is a very, very special honor to stand here with a microphone right this moment and introduce to our community our new senior interim minister, and we couldn't be more blessed. She has an amazing biography of which I won't read the whole thing. I will let that all unfold, or you can read it in the newsletter. But the things I do want to share is that she was the founding senior minister in Calgary Joy of Life, where she retired from the pulpit in 2016. She has been an interim minister for 4 or 5 other communities, and has been able to take them through an amazing journey of transformation, which is why we are so incredibly blessed to have her with us. She arrived yesterday from Canada, and she is here now to work with us, to lead us, to inspire us in so many ways. A few things I'd like to share is her passion is to play outside the walls of conformity and to raise public awareness both of the science of mind teachings and the value of inclusion. She has developed and hosted an international radio show and continues to forge collaborations to establish projects such as The Shoe-In, New Shoes for At-Risk Youth, and the Teens Distinction Awards for Inner Achievement. She also has a fascinating little tidbit of her past that not many people know. That she was a professional clown for 20 years. Reverend Nadene, would you join me on the platform, please?
Oh, you're going to do this, are you?
We've already done it. Look at
what? No!
Whoa! I love you.
Oh.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Just be careful your noses don't run. No, I have them. I'm mic'd. I'm wired for sound, girl. Wow, what a welcome. I mean, I had a welcome 2 weeks ago when I met your unbelievable board of trustees. You need to give them a round of applause. Mitsie, Julie, David, Suzanne. I'd like to include Reverend Maurischat and Reverend Maureen and Jen, all the wonderful people I've met here that are so devoted and committed to this community and living a life of spirit. That's what keeps me going. You know, I didn't think that I would ever get here, actually. I tried a few times. I spoke with Dr. David, and I was supposed to come and teach you all how to be clowns, but I can see that time is well past now. I'm not needed for that anymore. And then COVID and this and that happened, and I went on and I just finished a post in September as interim at CSL West Hawaii, and then I thought, I'm going to take a sabbatical. I worked 6 straight years with churches, and I was off for 4 months, and during which time I have a partner who is always wanting to spend more time with me, and I her, and I thought, well, maybe I'll retire. I think it's a good time to retire. And I said, you know, God, all is well, and I will find and be fed in ways that I needed to be fulfilled creatively, and I will be nurtured. The need to be of service and to be productive will be given to me. Of course, we know in this teaching, and Suzanne, that was where are you, Suzanne? Awesome talk. Awesome talk. But I thought it was in retirement. And then I got a call from home office and said, are you going to take another interim? And I said, well, I'm on the fence. I've got to be honest with you. And she said, well, if you decide you're going to, we'd love to put you forward to CSL San Jose. And I said, I'm in. I'm all in. I knew I'd get here sooner or later. I just didn't know how and when. So you know that CSL follows the global themes, and this year, in 2025, it is rising higher and growing deeper. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but I just wanted to share with you why they've chosen that in this day and age. We need to move away from binary thinking or dualistic thinking to open ourselves up to this idea of both and, not either or. And you spoke well to that, Suzanne, when you said, even though we're taught to be specific with our intention, we must leave room for spirit, which means don't be attached to the outcome and know it's this or something better. Right? What that means to me is that when we find ourselves faced with what we would say is a paradox, and we have a perspective that says, oh no, or why me, we need to stop. We need to pause and remember that the nature of all life, you have it in your statement of being, is love. Love is the power. God as love is love. And since we are born in the image and likeness of that high holy one, then need there be anything more said. It is our true nature as well. So in those moments, we have to remember to pause, that is our work, and then we move to that place that we know only too well as love. Now, love, the word, God, the word, can be quite loaded, can't it? I mean, I'm looking out at you, and I know that most of you are familiar with the science of mind and spirit teaching, the philosophy. That's all about energy, metaphysics, quantum physics, science, and beautiful ancient wisdom that's a correlation of Eastern and Western philosophies that meet where the heart of love is, where the heart of service and kindness is. But yet there may be some of you that are new here today, that are trying out this place, this community, listening to the message, who aren't convinced or don't want perhaps to go down just one road of faith or tradition, but do know that they want a life of peace and joy and love and prosperity. We want a world that, I'm going to say something here, that doesn't need to be healed, but it needs to be made whole by unification. By intentional unification, and it doesn't start outside of us, it starts inside of us. We must remember that there are so many complexities in the human journey, some very delicious, some not so much. But that everything that we feel, that we understand, every opportunity that we bring to us, every challenge that makes us pause to decide how best, in the love for myself and others, can I respond? These are the things that help to solidify a conscious foundation under our feet, a mindful way of life in which to approach all things as we call them in, and make no mistake, we call everything in. You know the saying, life does not do it to us, it does it through us. For here, in this philosophy, we believe that God works in, as, and through us. It is a very big paradigm. But these words, God and love, do come sometimes with not so great memories. And I want to honor that. You know, I believe we're all where we're supposed to be in right and perfect timing, that divine action is always taking place, that this universe works in harmonious divine order. And it works in an ongoing, natural, whole and complete and perfect spiritual pattern, that this universe is spiritual, that is governed by spiritual law, and we are spiritual beings. And so what that tells me is that anything that we think or feel must be important in that spiritual pattern of the unfoldment of our own unique individualized expression of the one God. I stand before you as a little Canadian girl in the sea of the US, amongst Americans, most of you. And I need to tell you that I feel at home. I carry your fears. I carry your concerns, as I presume you carry mine. We must meet in sorrow. We must meet in grief. We must meet in love and infinite possibility. If ever we are to take those fragmented pieces of ourselves, those pieces that we have denied, that we've suppressed, that we've shunned, that we've tried to kick under the carpet, those pieces that we don't want anyone else to see, let alone ourselves. Those pieces that cost us precious presence of spirit and of beauty and of learning how to receive our good because we're too busy trying to affirm that we are not worthy of our good. I'm going to give you an example. You know, I started by telling you why I believe, how I kind of got here. I did hear of Reverend Cheryl's intention to leave. And before Home Office called me, I've told some of the board members that you have little stickers that say all in. And when I was here a year and a half ago with Dr. Marilyn Leo, I took one of those stickers and I put it on the back of my iPad. And so, you know, we do set things in mind, don't we? And that's why it was so easy for me to say, yes, I'm in, I'm not going to retire. Because I knew this was meant to be. For the highest and best of you and me. Primarily me. You know, I had a teacher, Reverend Marilyn Knepp in Vancouver, who said, the very first time I ever heard her teach on a Sunday morning, she said, I want to tell you something, I'm not here for you. And I was sitting down there like, wait, I think I've come into the wrong place. I'm here for me. And something about that made me sign up for Science Mind classes. I'm like, I've lived a whole life of service, always putting other people first. I kind of like this new idea. Truthfully, that's what got me in the door. It did. Because I knew I was missing something, and the something I was missing was me. So here I want to share something with you. You know, the only way to the heart of love, in a way that you will always respond with the truth of love, which is your nature, and you will always know that it is sourced right where you are in any given challenge or trial or tragedy, is if you learn how to be love, to share love. Be kind to share kindness. And if you learn to love your humanity. When I went through ministerial intensive, my teachers were Dr. David Walker and Dr. Kennedy Schultz. And I was severely intimidated. And I didn't know if I was minister material. I was a clown. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, here's my secret. That I am laying down here after almost 30 years in ministry for the very first time. Because you are you. And I know I was called here. And I know that there was a reason for me. And I want you to listen to this. because this is a call to action for each one of you. Whatever it is in you, whatever the secret is, that has caused you to create this, you can call it image, you can call it wall, that has caused you to step away from love or felt you weren't good enough to receive love. I'm calling you to lay it down. You know what it is. You don't have to take more workshops and read more books to figure it out. You already know. So here's mine. I quit school. I didn't even finish grade 10. And I never went back to improve my education or get a degree in anything. I was a rebel spirit. I somehow knew life would look after me. I didn't know how. I didn't believe in God. Honestly, I didn't. I wasn't raised religious. I was paid to go to Sunday school. And I kept telling my parents, you had to ante up for me to keep going. Truly, I didn't want someone to tell me what to think or how to feel. I was not interested. I knew that there was a world out there, and I was just going to set to it. And I did. I flew by the seat of my pants in most things in my life. I've had a fabulous entrepreneurial career. And I followed my heart the whole way. And I've always believed in the power of love, and that love was the only true power. Now, I've had accolades and I've had accomplishments. I mean, can you imagine when the president called me up from Centers for Spiritual Living and said, "Congratulations, doctor." And I went, "No, you've got to be kidding." Because I always thought that these kinds of labels, these achievements were meant for people who were intelligent and smart. Isn't that interesting? And it was a yoke around my neck all my life. But obviously not a big enough yoke to hold my rebel spirit down and to hold love back and to hold love back from guiding me. And so that is my secret. And where does it come from? Where all of our secrets come from. Separation from God. That we are not enough, that we are less than, that we are not lovable, that we have to do more, be more, improve more. How about just approve of yourself? Forget about improving. You're already whole, complete, and perfect. You need to reveal it. Reveal it. Nothing to be healed or fixed, just something to be revealed, your magnificence. Let's start with this, your truth, your whole truth. Your whole truth. You know, we're in Black History Month. We're also at the time where we're in the midst of the 64 days of the season for nonviolence. And I'm trying to look for a quote here. Pages. I keep saying, when will you stop writing your talks, Nadene? No, I don't want to. It's always so habit. Oh, here it is. I used to kind of like do this, you know. We're like Jesus. We're like Martin Luther King, aren't we? In many ways. The Dalai Lama, all demonstrating the letting go of the lesser, which is our ego to take on the greater, which is our spirit. Letting go of the limitations to take on the magnificence and perfection of who we are, here and now, just as we are. You know, they did the work of God at any cost, right? Often putting their bodies on the line. They got their hands dirty. I think you know what that means. They rejected an easier path, only to be able to live with themselves and in the grace of God. These people, like you and like me, were not proselytizers, but simply lived their beliefs. But they lived actively, bravely, boldly, and vulnerably. There's the key word. There's a scary word. To be vulnerable. To let life in. I have had the experience of asthma since I left home, actually. Because I didn't belong anywhere anymore. I was on my own. And I remember the beautiful Reverend Dr. Moira Fox, who's since retired from Redondo Beach. At the Asilomar one year, I asked if I could have a session with her when I was a newly licensed minister. And I said, I need to know what's going on here. I've changed so much in my life. Why can I not change this? You know, when you can't change something, it's because it's meant to be there. It's got a gift for you. You're not done with it yet. Oh, interesting, hey? That's what Reverend Moira told me. Now, my wonderful teacher, Reverend Marilyn, said when I was getting an asthma attack in the first group she had me teach in my house on love, okay, love. I was getting an asthma attack in the circle. I was doing the treatment prayer and I was talking about love and I couldn't breathe and I couldn't breathe. And she said, okay, stop. Nadene, what's going on with you? I said, she said, and she put her hand on my chest and she said, God lives there too. So it's 15 years later, and Reverend Moira says, you know what? I think you know what that is. And I said, yes, I do. I said, I am not letting life in. I've got a wall. I'm protecting myself. And she said, really? You think that's what it is? And I said, yeah. I thought I'd really done the deep work and I'd figured it out. I was trying to impress her. And she said, what if it was that you weren't letting your life out? And I went, oh my God. So I call you to action. What is the secret within you that is holding you back? What is that deep core belief in your not enoughness? What label do you give it? What label do you give other people that you attract because it's in them that causes you to continue to separate instead of unify, instead of embrace life, instead of honor and accept your life? What is it? I offer you today to call it in and lay it down. We are safe, guided, and guarded and protected at all times. There is something so beautiful, so pure, so powerful. It's called love. And the law of our being that moves God as law into the creative process which brings to us our experiences. That all happens within you, happens nowhere else. So whatever you may be going through in your life, individually or as a community, or as a U.S. resident, find that, do the work inside of you, and believe me, it will change your experience of what is going on outside of you. And when you hear the word love and you hear the word God, be open, like Suzanne was talking about. Don't clamp down on what you think it is because of what you've experienced or heard or believe in. Question. Be open. Be more receptive to the infinite possibilities that not just lay at your feet, but that are active, calling you into your wholeness, to be and live authentically in your own spiritual magnificence. Humanity and divinity are not two things, they are one thing. And when I was a clown, my motto was, you have to embrace your humanity in order to know your divinity. And when I sat in that ministerial intensive, Dr. Kennedy Schultz said, as a minister, you have one message, and you better know what it is now. And that's been my message all this time. So I'd like to bring us into conscious prayer, because I do believe that how we live our life becomes our prayer. I'm going to do it a little differently. So I just ask you to be open and to receive this with me, please. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for those precious moments, and I hear all that's never been heard. And right here in these holy moments, I find God. I find God. I find God. I find myself. God bless us all, and so it is. Thank you.
Wow. You're good. Congrats to the board. Thank you, Reverend Nadene. We cool? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cooling in the river on an August afternoon, 2 bare feet walking on the grass kissed with dew, tears upon both cheeks while a gospel choir raises the roof. Little things keep showing me the truth. All my problems get forgotten. I know my soul has struck it rich, and I can't keep from grinning from my toes up to my lips, kinda like the world just gave me another kiss. often home cooking after a hard as hell work day. Smelling strong black coffee when I'm only half awake. A child's giddy giggle when a puppy licks their face. A little is enough to show the way. All my problems get forgotten. I know my soul has struck it rich, and I can't keep from grinning from my toes up to my lips. Kinda like the world just gave me another kiss. When I'm tied up in my troubles and the loose ends just won't meet, I can push and pull, still nothing goes my way. The sound of laughter, new snowfall, or a gentle evening breeze, like a new sunrise, can blow all that away. All my problems get forgotten. I know my soul has struck it rich, and I can't keep from grinning from my toes up to my lips. Kinda like the world just gave me another kiss. I can't keep from grinning. I can't keep from grinning from my toes up to my lips. Kinda like the world just gave me another kiss. Just like the world just gave me another kiss. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Nice song. I don't know if you know this about Dave. He's also probably the best girl dad on the planet. I've heard that from your daughters. You're the best girl. You're the best girl dad on the planet. That is his biggest call to fame. Now it's time to share our gifts and offerings. Please join me in saying our giving affirmation. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need.
So I give thanks.
So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Please join me in blessing the offering. It is with such immense gratitude and a heart filled with thanksgiving that I bless the abundance that has been shared here today, knowing that it returns to us multiplied abundantly. It does great work in the center and out in the world. And I give thanks for all the gifts that have been shared today. And so it is. A few announcements, and if my words don't match the slides, it's because I'm going to kind of compress the announcements a little bit today. So please be aware that I may not be in sync with the slides because I can't see them. First of all, I want to acknowledge that this is Black History Month, which Reverend Nadene mentioned earlier, and also the Season for Nonviolence. As we celebrate Black History Month, we honor the legacy, resilience, and remarkable contributions that African Americans throughout the history of the United States, African Americans have made groundbreaking contributions to science, technology, innovation, and continue to do so. Together, let's celebrate, educate, and advocate as we honor Black History Month. We're also observing the Season for Nonviolence, January 30th through April 4th. It's the 28th anniversary of a grassroots movement that began through the collaboration of the Association of New Thought and the Arun Gandhi Institute. And it runs from January 30th to April, well, this says April 1st, my other 4th, April 4th each year. It continues to serve to raise awareness of the impact that nonviolence peace practices can have on healing and transforming individuals and communities. Let's just take a moment on that one. Some might say that pointing out differences creates more division. It actually, the unwillingness to address those differences that causes division. Now it is our job to align ourselves with universal natural, with this natural universal divine harmony by revealing it from within us and sharing it. Today, after service, please stay and join us. We're going to have another town hall, and Reverend Nadene is going to have a few words to share. Monday, tomorrow, the office is closed in observance of President's Day. February 23rd, after service, Reverend Nadene will be offering Be Here Now, a community transition workshop. We are all wisdom keepers and legacy makers. Wow, I like that. I didn't know that. It's a beautiful thing. There's no need to fix or heal. I think she mentioned that. Just something that needs to be revealed. So please join us using the practices of meditation, visioning, partnering exercise, and ritual group process. And that is free of charge for the entire community. Perfect, so please come join us. Jesse Powers concert, March 8th. Who has already purchased their tickets? That's it? Come on, come on. Guess what? Today is your special magical day. Early bird special runs until the end of today. So please purchase your tickets for this amazing concert. Be held right here. I believe you will be joining her, won't you? Wonderful. Tickets today are $35, early bird special. Tomorrow they will go to $45. So please, we want to see a packed house for that concert. Also, the next day is a very special service we'll tell you more about as we get closer. And you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. I'm going to leave the rest of whatever might have been rolling through on the screen. Reverend Nadene, would you come join me?
What's the surprise this time?
Well, I thought you might want to look out as I ask if there's any newcomers would like to welcome newcomers to the center. If you're new to the center for the very first time, would you mind raising your hand? Would love to celebrate you. Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that this won't be your last visit. Thank you. Brett, would you mind bringing those? We would like to express just a small gratitude of our appreciation for you traveling from your home continent to ours to let this be all about you.
Oh, I just got that.
It is all about you. I'd like you to stay because Jennifer Bick is going to bring up our youth.
Oh, yes.
And our practitioners are going to come join us up here at the platform. Okay, no worries.
Teens get very involved in the teen room. I just want to acknowledge our volunteers for the youth program today. We had Carol as our greeter. We had Maeve, David Field, myself, and Chris available as volunteers. Thank you very much. I'm out of breath from running. Here you go.
Well done.
Go down? Should we go down? Stay here if you want. We're going to do a little closing benediction. Okay.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Please repeat after me. Today, I leave room for Spirit.
Today, I make room for Spirit.
I welcome Spirit to work through me.
I welcome Spirit to work through me.
I believe in the power of love.
I believe in the power of love.
I call it in and lay it down.
I call it in and lay it down.
And so it is.
And so it is.